The new Marilyn Monroe film starring Ana de Armas is set to hit Netflix this weekend, so let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services just like Netflix. If you guys are like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more up and coming content. A look at the rise to fame and the epic demise of actress Marilyn Monroe, one of the biggest stars in the world. So this is directed by Andrew Dominik and stars Ana de Armas as Marilyn Monroe, and this is based off of the novel written by Joyce Carol Oates. There's a lot of controversy surrounding this film and what it does feature in here, and the story itself too is a biopic of some sorts, but with fantasy elements. And when reading upon the story and the synopsis for it, it's supposed to be viewed as a fantasy rather than a biopic. And so you're going to have a lot of moments in here that actually didn't happen to Marilyn Monroe, or they're going to alter certain things to her life. And by doing that and having a almost 3-hour runtime and featuring a lot of just really hard scenes to watch with rape and abortion and exploiting her. It's a commentary on Hollywood and how women are treated in Hollywood. This film, I had a hard time to get through. There's a lot in here to unpack, and it might be a little bit of a lengthy review. What the story and this film by Andrew Dominik is trying to do is showcase everything that had happened to Marilyn Monroe in a version that feels like a dream. And it's showcasing how women are exploited in Hollywood and taken advantage of, and we're not to gloss over rape and abortion in here, and it's supposed to be commentary on all of that. I found it to be incredibly insulting to the life of Marilyn Monroe. If they're trying to tell a story of women being taken advantage of, they're doing the same exact thing by using Marilyn Monroe in this film, and they are exploiting her story to tell their own story. And so they're using her story, using what had happened to her, her upbringings, her childhood, all of the controversy that happened with her. They're using that for their own gain and telling this story. They want to have this fantasy element to it and all this commentary on Hollywood and women and men and personal gains and Hollywood business. They want to use her as a way to tell that story. But isn't that just exploiting Marilyn Monroe too, and doing the same thing that you're trying to do within this film for yourself? It didn't sit right with me, and I think that it's insulting to the life of Marilyn Monroe because she went through all of these things, not everything within this film, but what she went through. Her name's been thrown around for many decades, but you're taking what happened to her and creating your own story, and some of it didn't even happen to her, and it's just insulting to watch. We have this unconventional route to tell a biopic that feels like a dream at times, and the film is just pieced together so poorly that you feel like you don't even know anything about her. From the moments when she was younger to moments with Joe DiMaggio and Arthur Miller and her filming certain movies, all of it just feels like brief snippets of it, and it just feels like we're just getting the bare minimum to it. It gives it that dreamlike feel to it, and it just feels very quick, and it's not pieced together to tell a linear story, and it's just kind of all over the place, and you're just getting brief moments for everything. And by doing that, I could not get invested in any scene in this almost 3-hour runtime. It's hard to just latch onto a certain story or feel invested in a part of Marilyn Monroe's life because of how quick it moves and how little detail certain scenes have. Focus on all the bad things that had happened to her and how she is searching for her father and anybody that comes across in her life. Any man that she married, she calls them daddy. And we have these graphic scenes in the beginning with her and her mother, these rape sequences, how men are oohing at her when she's filming certain movies. And it's just focused all on those scenes to show how Hollywood is and how women are exploited and taken advantage of. So the whole almost 3-hour runtime, it's a lot of nudity, it's a lot of abortion, it's a lot of rape, and it's hard to watch. It's supposed to be this commentary on Hollywood, but it comes off as very insulting. Now, there are some good things about this film. I think Ana de Armas poured her heart and soul into this film. She is perfect in here, from the mannerisms to her innocence in the beginning to her becoming stronger towards the end of her life. Everything about Ana de Armas's performance is perfect. She is good in this movie. And Andrew Dominik's direction is amazing. The way that this film looks from the different aspect ratios, going back between color and black and white, the original score in here, it is absolutely beautiful. I had a hard time with the subject matter and how it was pieced together and how it was insulting to Marilyn Monroe, but looking at the directing from here, it is top notch. It looks good. I think this would have been an amazing film if it told an original story and used the same style of direction, because it has the right elements to be an Oscar-worthy film. The way that it looks, the acting, the score, it feels like a film that would push for so many Oscars. I don't think it's going to be a favorite in the Oscars. And if it took that same direction and told an original story, it would have been an amazing film. But with so much focus on certain things and trying to showcase this message, I feel like it's doing the opposite thing by exploiting her life for their own personal gain. For Andrew Dominik directing this film, and then the story written by Joyce Carol Oates. They're using her life and what had happened to her in the wrong way to try to show this message and depict Hollywood and show some truth to it. But with that fantasy elements and that dreamlike feel to it, I just found it to be insulting. But direction is good. Ana de Armas is good. It has all the right elements to be an Oscar-worthy film, but it's just a bad movie that exploited her in the wrong way. And I think it's the wrong way to have a biopic of Marilyn Monroe by altering her life and adding fantasy elements to it. I do think that there will be people that like it. I've seen a lot of reviews that people absolutely love it, and I can understand why, but there's just a lot in here that I did not like. Not only the subject matter, but the way that it was pieced together. It was so hard to follow. It was just quick, and you couldn't get invested in any moments, and just that fantasy element to it just did not work for me. So before I give you my score for Blonde, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button and get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where Blonde ranks amongst all the other 2022 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Blonde a C. Thank you guys for checking my review for Blonde, directed by Andrew Dominik. Have you guys seen it by chance? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.